rebates on every call that you receive, either from a cell phone or from a landline. And those amounts vary from a cellular, 40 cents per minute, and from a landline, 20 cents per minute. Let's have a look at this example where we've got a customer whose spend is 500 Rand per month. If they conform to the average South African in their usage, in other words, 48% being used to cell phones, 29% local, 17% national, and 6% international, and if we also factor in peak and off-peak hours, then out of a bill of 500 Rand, just by using Vox Telepreneur, we'd be able to save them approximately 100 Rand per month and bring that bill down to 400 Rand. If we then take into consideration that they may be making Vox-to-Vox calls, and depending on that percentage, include that in the calculation, and in this particular instance we've taken a figure of 20%, then we're going to be saving them a further 80 odd Rand per month, bringing down their total spend to 320. If we now factor in what rebates they might be getting, and here I've conservatively put in amounts of 5 minutes per day coming into their Vox number from a landline and 5 minutes a day coming in from a cellular network, then the savings would be an additional 60 Rand, or in other words, rebates of 60 Rand. The net effect being from a usage spend that once was 500 Rand, the customer would now only be paying 260 Rand. In other words, a saving of nearly 240 Rand. And I think in anybody's book, that's a substantial amount of money in today's day and age. But I think one of the main benefits a customer can get from the Vox ADSL phone is the knowledge that we do not have any contract with the product. We're prepared to put our money where our mouth is, and that all we require is 1 month's notice. So should any of the landscape change, your circumstance change, for some reason we do not live up to the promises that we're making, simply just give us 1 month's notice, no questions asked, and we will take the product back. So there's no risk to the customer. The customer doesn't need any technical knowledge, as we have a 24-hour support center that is there to look after their needs. And please understand from our perspective that we are wishing for that customer to be live and up and running as much as possible. It's not a case whereby we've sold a video and if the customer is using it or not using it, we don't really care. The only way we as Vox can make money is to ensure that there is traffic happening on their ADSL phone, and to that end we're committed to try and give the best service possible to ensure that that does happen. Also understand from your point as a dealer, you can sell this product to any customer anywhere in South Africa, as we have deliveries done by Burco, and depending on the method of payment, that can be there with them within 24 hours or normally within 5 working days. So how much do you, the dealer, earn out of all of this? First and foremost, I'd just like to start off with how much we make on all of the different call types. And I think you're able to see from the table above that on a local or a national call, the profit that we're making is just under 4 cents. So that is the commissionable value that we're putting together. On an international call, we'll be making just over 9 cents. And that's quite ironic that we can actually make more money out of a call that we're delivering to the UK than we can out of a call that we're delivering locally. On a cellular call, we'll be making 28 cents per minute. And on rebated calls, you, the dealer, will be given 50 cents commissionable value on any inbound minute that is coming into any and all of your customers. And similarly, on any inbound calls originating from a landline, you will be given 20 cents commissionable value. With the Vox ADSL phone, we're charging the customer only 300 Rand, but we give you a commissionable value of 476 Rand. So let's put that into a little bit more perspective. If we have a look at 100 minutes worth of usage, on a local call, it means that you, the dealer, would be earning between 1 cent per minute and 2 cents per minute, depending on where you are on your scale. In other words, 24 to 43%. So on 100 minutes, if you're at 43%, 100 local minutes, you, the dealer, could be making 2 Rand. It's a numbers game, people. The more customers you got and the more minutes they're on the line, either in or out, the more money you're going to make. If we have a look at an international call, for argument's sake, to the UK, if you have 100 minutes, you, the dealer, could be making 4 Rand per month. On cellular, if there's 100 minutes being generated by your network, you could be making 11 Rand per month out of that. And when it comes to cellular rebates, 100 inbound minutes to your customer base will be allowing you to earn 21 Rand from those 100 minutes. If you consider putting all of these numbers together across all of your different customers, hopefully you can see it's not a very big stretch of the imagination to know how these numbers can just aggregate and start generating an annuity income for you that's going to be there month in, month out, whether you do anything or not. And this is really what it's all about. Obviously, on any Vox-to-Vox calls, there is no charge, there is no commissionable value, and there is no money for you to be made. But what a wonderful opportunity for you to sell the product to customers who are looking for such a service. Over and above that, we as Vox understand that you'd like to try and get a bit of cash up front and to have to wait for that first month of the billing to happen and for the payment to occur before you can get your commission. We'd like to reward you up front. And this is why I said with the Vox ADSL phone, although we're only selling it for 300 Rand as a once-off fee, we're giving a commissionable value of 476 Rand to that product. That means that if all you ever did in 1 month, in other words, you're on the lowest commission scale possible, you would earn 24% of that 476 Rand, or in other words, 127 Rand odd. If you're at the top end of the scale, you'll be earning close to 204 Rand. Once again, please have a look at numbers. If you're doing 10 of those a month, you could be earning 2,000 Rand upfront once-off commission very quickly before your annuity income kicks in. And if you take that a step further and start looking at 100 phones per month, 20,000 Rand is nothing to be sneezed at.
Hi everyone, I'm back, and I'm back to talk to you about the Vox ADSL PBX. Now let me tell you that you've seen a lot of products, but this is the one single product that I believe will put you into a different minute earning capacity. Now what is a Vox ADSL PBX? It's the big brother to the ADSL phone. It is aimed at the high-end residential market. For example, wealthy people who have more than 5 or 6 rooms in their house. Entry-level business market, franchise businesses, the high revenue generator. This earns a lot of revenue for you as the dealer, and you need to look at this product very seriously. There's higher requirements for the dealer because you have to know how to sell this product. It's got more functions that you need to know how to sell, which I'll talk to you about later. There are just 3 product options. There's a 5-user or extensions. Think of it as extensions, people sitting in offices. Cable connected product. There's a 5-user wireless connected product, someone who wants to move around the offices and have portability. And then there's the 8-user or extension product that's a combination of the two. Now essentially it's exactly the same product. We just add on additional phones, etc. Just understand one thing which is very important, and that is that on each one of these products you have 2 telecom lines that can plug into the PBX. You have 1 ADSL line, minimum speed please of 1024 kilobits per second, and that 1 ADSL line will feed 2 087 voice over internet numbers. So it's exactly the same product. You have got either 4 incoming lines or calls, 4 outgoing calls, or a combination of the 2 at any point in time. The biggest advantage in selling this PBX is that there is a 60 days cancellation period. Now, can I just tell you from my point of view in selling this product, very important point. Entrepreneurs, business people nowadays do not want to sign contracts. And the biggest advantage that Vox has here is that we do not tie them in to any contractual period. We give them 18,000 Rands worth of equipment, and we don't need a contract for that. Remember that point. It's very important. There's a monthly fee for the first product, which is a 5-user wired product, $4.99 per month. It's a rental. $6.99 for the wireless product, and $7.99 for the 8-user product. Then there's also a once-off product fee, which each customer will pay to Vox of 900 Rand once-off. And the installer that we send out to go and install the product will charge the end user 800 Rand. Please understand, the installer charges the end user the 800 Rand, not Vox.